unfortunately, we're producing some outstanding athletes here in South Australia. I know you love your athletics.
I love it. You know I love
certainly do.
And we're matching them as well.
Well, let's talk a little bit about that. Of course, Izzi Batt-Doyle and Riley Cox are about to come onto the show and join us, but they were here 5 years ago and weren't going out. Then after the show, Riley worked up the courage to ask Izzi out. So after this segment's finished, we are thinking about not farmer wants a wife or first dates. We might can you get an Olympic female athlete to go out with you? Well, I reckon we could do that. Hey guys, welcome to the show.
Thanks, guys.
Let's start with you, Izzi. It's been pretty chaotic 18 months, really, hasn't it?
It's been
Olympic
very,
Games,
very
everything
busy.
packed in because of COVID. How was it all?
It was amazing. I think for me, it was a silver lining COVID because I wouldn't have made the team if it was in 2020. So having that extra year for me was just, incredible to get the opportunity to get on the team and make it over to Tokyo.
Right. So why do you feel that?
Well, I actually had 2 broken feet back in 2019.
Oh.
So, we ran at the 2019 World University Games in Napoli. And I had, a really bad broken foot, didn't run for 6 months and actually moved back to Australia after finishing my studies in America and was almost at the point of giving up athletics competitively just because I was so injured. And I found my love back from running at the start of 2020, but at that stage I was nowhere near even thinking about the Olympics. So if it had gone ahead that year, I wouldn't have been on the team. So it gave me another year to get healthy, love my running again and just find myself running PBs, and I kind of fell into the position where it all worked out perfectly.
What did you break?
My calcaneus in my foot, it's like your heel bone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
Pretty painful.
Last time we had you in, it was before the university games, wasn't it? That was the...
Yep.
So you broke your foot there?
Well, actually, so that was the 2017 World Uni Games. We also went to the 2019 World Uni Games together. But over the course of 2 years, I actually had 7 stress fractures in my feet. So I had a very crippled few years, and Riley and I both know as distance runners and in any sports, injuries are just part of the game. But unfortunately, went through a period of pretty bad injuries, but now I've been in the clear for a while. Touch wood. So it's been good.
Let's talk about your win on the weekend, mate. Cross country, 5 kilometres. Well done. Have you got a sore back from carrying Izzi all that time with her bad feet, mate?
Maybe I'll claim I told her to go up a shoe size. I think that probably helped. So she's been in the clear since then. So I'll take some credit for that.
I was just going to say congratulations also on the Australian Cross Country Championships in Oakbank just the other week, finishing second.
Yep,
that's fantastic. You've had a really successful couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's been a good fortnight of running. Came back from watching Izzi at the Commonwealth Games inspired and had a good couple of weeks of training. So to get those 2 results has been great.
Mate, there's pretty mean country, Oakbank. There's some pretty mean...
I think... So I think it was 2017 I last came second at the National Cross Country in Malini in Queensland, and that was another brutal course. So I think... they're suiting me, even though it's not easy. I tend to get across the ground better than others on the boggy, hilly tracks.
Some runners like the flat, some like the boggy track. Dee Costello, for example, loved the hills. What is it that gets you?
I don't think anyone loves it, but against the competitors, I tend to fare better on the hillier, sort of boggier tracks. So. I guess that helps me like it a bit more.
Is it because of your strength or your speed or the way you run? What gives you the advantage?
Yeah, I'm quite a light runner. There's not much of me. And also I think I tend to pace myself and judge my effort quite well. I think they're 2 factors which help over the more gruelling, longer events and also, the heavier tracks.
I was interested to see, Izzi, your program. When you're last out, you're 10,000, and then, bang. Hey, listen, we just want you to run the 5,000 as well.
The Com Games?
Would you mind? The Com Games. That is amazing, because I think that's a Wednesday through to Sunday or something like that.
Just a couple of days.
10,000, and they say, oh, well done there, by the way, you ran really well, but we'd like you to do it again. They would like you to run another 5. How does that all happen?
Yeah, so I was technically the reserve for the 5K just because of the rankings for this year and what times I'd run against other athletes. I knew that it was likely I'd get the spot to run just because of double up on the schedule. But yeah, I was really happy when I got the confirmation that I was going to have another chance to run. Birmingham, the atmosphere was incredible.
Yeah.
Tokyo was amazing, and going to the Olympics was incredible. But having no one in the stadium and not having that really big kind of experience of being in a big stadium full of people, getting that in Birmingham was incredible. And I got 25 laps in the 10K, and I really enjoyed it. But I walked away a little bit disappointed in the sense that I felt like I hadn't laid it all out on the track. I was a little bit conservative and didn't go out with a really fast pace. So to get the confirmation that I could go for another 12 and a half laps, I was really excited, and I really enjoyed every single lap. And I think, in a funny way, actually doing the 10K warmed me up, and I felt kind of just like ready and relaxed, and the legs were already so tired that there was just nothing to lose.
Oh, I'm wondering, fellas, I'm listening to this guy. I just did 25 laps. I'm going, that's right. 25. Hang on a minute, on Sunday I'm going to do another 12 and a half. It just doesn't compute.
You're Ubering that one.
Clearly,
no question
I was Ubering the first one, mate. I was the second one.
No, I'm a javelin.
Javelin. Riley, when you go over to support that, and then because you understand the recovery and the running and stuff what's your feeling when, okay, now I'm going to run again on Sunday?
Yeah, we both saw it as a great opportunity. As Izzy said, she was a little bit more conservative in the 10,000 because running at a major championships, you want to perform at least to the level that you should perform. But in the 5K, gave her an opportunity to really have a bit more of a crack and not as much to lose, being a reserve, and was able to mix it with the top girls for a little bit longer, which was exciting for us to watch in the stands, and great to see her get the reward for a long season overseas.
Yeah. I'll say it's a long season.
We'll go back to the Olympics. I know that obviously there was no one in the stands, and wow, what an opportunity. When you realise that, and I know you've been there before, but when you realise that you'd made the team, that must have been just a dream come true.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that one of the highlights of my career so far has been actually the race where I qualified.
Yeah.
And it was just such a crazy build-up. Everything had kind of just clicked into place that season, but I'd actually missed the Olympic standard by 1 second back in Australia, and it had looked like potentially that was my only chance.
Yeah.
And I had to make the kind of risk decision to get on a plane to Europe and try and chase that qualifying standard. So it'd been 2 months between my last 5K, and I went over to the Netherlands and I ran this race and I won it. And I crossed the finish line, saw the clock 15:04. The qualifying time was 15:10. It was a 6 seconds under the qualifying standard. It was picture perfect.
Yeah.
And that moment there was just incredible. And that's when I knew I was going to become an Olympian, and that's when I knew, it really had all worked out. Yeah.
Because as a kid, I loved athletics, and I just always remember when Bruce Frame made the Olympics, and I was just a young kid, and you'll be getting a lot of this now. I just couldn't believe when he walked past me. I thought, oh my God, Bruce Frame's just walked past me. It was just such a big thrill. So you got to have, you've got so many people like kids and us looking up to you now. Both of you, such superb athletes.
Yeah, definitely. And I think being an Olympian, it really, puts the icing on the cake, and it kind of gives you something to kind of, say, I've made it to that level.
Opening ceremony is one of the really big things for athletes, Olympics or Com Games. Tokyo, really nothing.
Yeah, I didn't get to go to
opening ceremony. What was it like?
Well, so I didn't get to go to either at Tokyo. So Tokyo, I was just in and out, back into quarantine. I watched the closing ceremony from my little Howard Springs quarantine room. And at Birmingham, I didn't go to the opening ceremony just because my race wasn't for a few days later. But I got to go to the closing ceremony, and that was a really cool experience, just to put the kit on, walk out into the stadium, especially being able to go into the same place where you've raced. I think that's quite special for athletics. It was a really cool experience.
What's next for you, Riley? What's next?
So we've got the City Bay coming up in Adelaide in a couple of weeks now. So we haven't had that for a couple of years. So we're keen to. It's a great run.
What's your best performance in the City of the Bay?
I've come second before. Looking to.
Very quick time though. What's the time?
Yeah, what was it?
I actually don't remember exactly.
35.
35 something, 35 and a half.
You got my hour and a half.
Were you with Izzi when that happened?
So she was overseas when I came second, but just come back from Taipei in 2017. So it's been a while since really had a chance over the 12K course. So looking forward to that. Yeah.
Wow.
Now you better plug your business here. You run a little run house. Is that?
Yeah. So
Where's that?
amongst Izzi going to the Commonwealth Games and Olympics and spending time overseas, we've developed 2 new businesses in that period of time as well. We've got a running coaching business which started in the middle of COVID, which now has over 350 members, and we really enjoy building that community, and we train on Tuesdays and Friday mornings at Victoria Park.
I'll be there.
And we'll see you there.
Next week.
It's called Run. Run. Keyword run. You're not going there for a coffee.
Coffee afterwards.
And then just recently we've opened a little coffee shop near to Vic Park in Norwood there, which has a bit of a running spin to it. We have a running retail side as well, so runners and the public alike can come and
That's
have
in
a
Norwood,
coffee.
you're saying?
Yeah,
Charles Street.
38 Charles Street.
Okay.
And it's called,
Charles
called the Run
Okay.
House.
What's
But
it called?
Run House, I love
the
it.
Run House, but look,
House.
runners, non-runners are all welcome.
Well, that's my next
We-
question.
We serve a good coffee there. We've been people have been singing our praises. So
I will
I've
be the
had-
judge of that.
We've had
Please.
Gavin Wanganing come past the last few days, and he's been singing
Oh, it's
praises.
deteriorating.
Did Gav put his hand in his pocket? That is the big question.
I think so. Yeah,
You
I didn't.
think
I
so?
didn't take the payment directly.
Can you change pound notes? Gav?
Okay, Iz and Riley, great to see you. Fantastic last couple of years for
Oh,
both
wow.
of you. So we'll watch with interest over the next 12, 18 months.
Yeah,
I would say.
exactly.
So
Thank you.
we'll get you back for the engagement or the wedding and the run business. Fantastic.
Look forward to
Find time to run business and get all that in. Outstanding. Stay with us. Still a bit more to come.